elements. Today we have to see about carbon and its compounds. First of all, you know very well about carbon. Carbon presented in many things in organic compounds. You know very well orange, lemon, juice, etc. etc. It will be presented as a carbon. Okay. Now we have to see about carbon. You know very well already we have see graphite, diamond. See here, this one is graphite. This one is diamond. The structure of graphite is this one, and the diamond is this one. Okay. This is diamond and this is graphite. Diamond it having a tetrahedral in nature. Okay, next we go to, so in lower classes we studied this only. Okay, now we go to many things that are presented. Okay, we studied in lower classes that carbon is an inseparable elements in human life. We use innumerable number of carbon compounds in our day-to-day life. Because of this, we know the carbon and their compounds. The how many carbon? So see here, carbon having atomic number. See here, atomic number is 6 and the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Okay, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Okay, atomic number is 6 and the atomic mass is 12.001011 because it having isotopes. After that we see that isotopes also. Okay, it having a acid base acidic properties, crystalline structure. You know very well diamond, you see it having a crystalline, you know very well that it having a crystalline structure. Okay, next the symbol of carbon is C. It is always solid. It is a non-metal, hexagonal, weakly acidic in nature. Okay, next we go to see here carbon. The electronic configuration. Last class we studied about the electronic configuration of an each and every element. Now you see carbon electronic configuration, you know very well, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Here you see this one is first cell. See here, first cell contains how many electrons? 1 and 2. So this will be completed. 1s will be completed. Okay. Second cell it contains, see here, 2 and 2. Totally 4 electrons. 4 electrons in the next cell. Okay. Next you see in this lesson we have to learn about the covalent bond and the nature of the carbon and the chemical properties of carbon, carbon compounds, importance of carbon compounds, soap and detergent. In introduction they given compounds are of two types. One is organic, another one is inorganic. They written already. I told that carbon is presented mean that are organic, except carbon those are inorganic. You know very well the carbon compounds found in nature, man-made, such is higher than the any other element in the periodic table. In fact, there are more than 5 millions of compounds in carbon. So, the carbon having a unique property. Okay, that unique properties are catenation, tetravalency, multiple bonding, enables like hydrogen. It will be combined with hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, etc. It forms a large number of compounds. All of these compounds are made up of covalent bond. Now we have to learn about covalent and ionic. What is the difference between covalent and the ionic bond? Covalent, these compounds are called covalent compounds, are the carbon formed compounds are called organic compounds. In this lesson we have to learn about carbon compounds. Organic compounds are made up of carbon and forms the basic of the all living organisms. So it is the building blocks of element. Building blocks of element is present, that is carbon. So that building blocks of a element is known as carbon. It is presented in the periodic table that you know very well. You know the periodic table, the atomic number 6. Where it will be presented, you know very well. Where it will be present in your, it will be presented in the periodic table, second period and 14th group. That is, carbon will be presented, or fourth A group. Okay, next we go to see about what is carbon. Carbon is a chemical element with symbol C and the atomic number 6 as the member of group 14 in the periodic table. It is a non-metallic and tetravalent. We know about the tetravalent also in this lesson, making 4 electrons available to form a covalent chemical bonds. There are 3 naturally occurring isotopes. See here, I already told about the isotopes. See here, C12, C13 and C14. This C12 and C13 are always belong in the naturally, but C14 is radioactive element. It is not a stable. Okay, now we go to next, carbon and its compounds. Carbon, you know very well, atomic number 6 and the mass number is 12. Okay, now you see the structure. Draw an atom of carbon. See here, I draw it here. That 6 proton and 6 neutron. See here, the number of proton is 6 and the number of electron is 6, because the atomic number is 6. The number of neutron you have to identify by mass number minus atomic number. Mass number is here 12 and the atomic number is 6, equal to 6. If there is no charge, the number of protons, the number of electrons. Charge, the number of change. Okay, next, Bohr's atomic model. In the Bohr's atomic model, you know very well how many electrons in the carbon of the outer shell. 4 electrons. How does the electron dotted structure, you know very well how to draw the dotted structure. That one you have to draw it. Okay, next we go to octet rule. Already we studied. Again I remembering to you. Octet rule, the elements still want 8 valence electrons, except hydrogen and helium. You know very well, hydrogen atomic number 1 and helium atomic number 2, which only needed 2 electron in the outer cell. Remaining all the elements that needed 8 electrons in the outer cells to get a stable electronic configuration. In ionic bonds, one ion loses electrons, the other gains the electrons. But in covalent compound, the electrons are sharing in the outer cell. See here, I show in the diagram. First diagram you see here, it loses one electron to the other element. This element gains the one electron. But here you see, totally these 2 elements sharing the electrons in the outer shell. So it forms a covalent bond. It loss one electron or gain one electron, it forms a ionic bond. And sharing the electron in the outer shell, that forms a covalent bond. But when you get 2 nonmetals, they can share the electrons to make their octet rule. They both want electrons and would not just give up them. So 2 also wanted the electrons. Only losses or gains, or otherwise it share the electrons. Loss or gain, it forms ionic bond. Once it will be share the electrons, it forms a covalent bond. Okay, see here, ionic bond and covalent bond. I explain it. You have to see the sodium. See here, sodium atomic number 11. In the outer cell, first cell contains 2 electron and second cell contains 8 electron and third cell contains 1 electron remaining. So outer cell contains 1 electron. Whenever it loses this 1 electron to form a Na plus ion. What is that? Na plus ion. So here you see, it forms Na plus ion. Na plus ion. Okay, next here you see chlorine. The atomic number is 17. So it contains, first cell contains 2 electrons, second cell contains 8 electrons, and third cell contains also 8 electrons. Not a 8 electrons, it contains 7 electrons. See here. So it gains 1 electron from sodium. Whenever it loses 1 electron, no, that electron it gains, it forms a outer cell 8 electrons. So it forms Cl minus. These two, in between these two, they form one charge. That charge is known as ionic force. That force, it will be binded together to form a NaCl compound. This compound is stable because those two having outer cell 8 electron is stable because of octet rule. Okay, now you see covalent bond. Here H2O I given. That hydrogen outer cell atomic number is 1, so it having 1 electron. That is pink color, it having no, that electron is hydrogen electron. Here one hydrogen is having, that hydrogen also having 1 electron, that also pink electron. Okay, oxygen having atomic number 8. First cell contains 2 electrons, second cell contains 6 electron. So that 2 electron will be wanted. So one is sharing with the hydrogen and another 1 electron also sharing with the another hydrogen. So the outer cell, see here the oxygen, the outer cell will be 8 electron and the hydrogen it having the 2 electron. Here also 2 electrons. So hydrogen also fulfilled and the oxygen also fulfilled. So this compound having outer cell fulfilled. So H2O is a stable compound, but it shares the electron in the outer cell. So it forms a covalent bond. Okay, next you see what are the things that needed for the covalent bond. Atoms can share electrons. Non-metals with non-metals. A pair of shared electrons between two atoms is called covalent bond. No ions are formed. In ionic compound, Na plus and Cl minus formed. Here no ions will be formed. Neither atoms gain or lose an electron. Okay, now you see ionic bond. How the ionic bond will be formed? An ionic or molecule that gains or loss of electrons, the atoms forms a cation or anion when they gain some. So ionic bonds are strong bonds formed when oppositively charged ions are attracted to each other. Whenever it forms plus and minus, that sodium chloride, you know very well, NaCl, Na plus and Cl minus, the two also oppositively charged. These two combined together means it forms a strong attractive force. Ionic bonds are non-directional, that is ions may be attracted to one another in any direction. Okay, next we go to what is covalent bond. Now you know very well what is covalent bond. Sharing the electrons in the outer cell to form a fulfilled electronic configuration is known as covalent bond. Non-metals usually just need 1 or 2 electrons to fill their outer cells. So how do they form a bond? See here, you know very well, incomplete cells, complete cells. Two non-metals, suppose chlorine and chlorine. Chlorine is a non-metal. Two chlorine combine together to form a Cl2 by using sharing these electrons in the outer cell. You put 17 and 17. See, outer cell they needed 1 electron. That last electron share with the outer cell. See here, sharing the electrons in the outer cell. That is star is one, that first chlorine, this chlorine electrons, and the dotted is this second chlorine atom. So these two combined here to sharing the electrons in the outer cell to form a Cl2. Cl2 compound, Cl2 molecule is a covalent in nature. Okay, next you see what is covalent bond. The same things I given here. See here, here also the pairing takes place. One from chlorine atom and another one from another chlorine atom to combine together to form a covalent bond. Okay, next you see chlorine. Here I given the atomic number and how it will be formed also. Okay, next we go to next topic, the ionic bond, sodium chloride. Here already I explained it. Here I given briefly by using dotted structure how it will be formed. See here, oxidation number 2, 8, 1, it forms a 2, 8. So because of it, the 1 will be lost and the 1 will be here gained. Loss of electron is known as oxidation and gain of electron is known as reduction. Just you know, whatever, wherever you studied, whatever it may be, you have to recall the last we studied things also. So here you remember again oxidation and reduction also. Okay, next we go to that is ionic and covalent bond. This is already I saw that you draw in your note and how it will be formed also you can to verify another one time. Okay, next you know very well that is covalent bond. Only single bond will be formed or not. No, here 2 or 3 bonds also formed. Suppose the hydrogen, you know very well, hydrogen, the outer shell contains only one lone pair of electrons. It combine with another hydrogen to form a one bond, that is sharing of one pair of electron, that is single covalent bond will be formed. In oxygen, you put oxygen atomic number is 8, you put the dotted structure. Okay, va? Here double bond, double covalent bond, that is oxygen double bond will be formed. The same way you put for nitrogen also. There it will be formed a triple covalent bond. How it will be formed? You have to draw a structure and take a photocopy, make a photocopy and send it to the group. Okay, thank you dears. Today lesson will be over.